Guys, I will never get over how cozy Mount Komorebi is. It is just a beautiful world. But anyway, welcome back to the channel. Hello, fellow Simmers and Sims 4 fans. We're about to get into another build tour today. So as you can see, I am in the beautiful world of Mount Komorebi, where there is just snow everywhere and mountains, and it is just beautiful. So the other day, I was in the mood to play in the snow. So I had myself a little gameplay here. And it's been a little minute since I've been to Mount Komorebi. And the last time I was here, I did enjoy myself. And I do remember I made some custom lots for this area. So anyway, like I said, the other day I came here with a couple of my, explorer sims, snow sims and whatnot, and I wanted them to go on a trip, and I revisited a build. I loaded onto it and I thought to myself, oh yeah, my fellow simmers would probably want to check this out because this is definitely one for the Memory Lane series. So if you don't know, the Memory Lane series is a series in which I take you through some of my old builds and I kiki and chit chat with you about my thinking and a little few things that I would do differently in the build and some things that I'm still proud of. So these have been the most entertaining builds I've ever showed you. And we're about to get into a new tour today. So anyway, like I said, I wanted to show you guys this lot. And here we are. Ta-da! So as you know, by default in Mount Komorebi, that lot over there is empty. All the way to the back, that right there. By default, there's just a couple of trees on this lot and some snow for you to do whatever you want to with it. And by golly, I did whatever I want with this lot. So anyway, I tried to make the architecture tried to make it match what I saw in the rest of the world. And if you're wondering, what are we looking at? What type of lot is this? Let me tell you. So I had an idea for having a sort of all go around place, like a go-to place for when you want to go play in the snow up in the mountains, but you didn't want to rent out a cabin or a little lot over here. So these are the rentals over here, beautiful rentals that come with Mount Komorebi. They're tucked away off in the distance, right off of the slopes. And then I thought to myself, well, I don't want to rent anything if I'm coming up from the village. Now, the village or the countryside of Mount Komorebi has actual homes. So maybe you are someone who lives down there or you're visiting family down there, so you don't need to rent out a place to stay. And maybe you're just someone who's like, I'm just visiting Mount Komorebi for a couple of hours and I'm heading back home. I'm catching a flight. So this was my resolve to that. And she's a beauty. So what you will find on the inside of this lot are indoor activities that you can partake in while you're here in the mountains. I kind of made it sort of like a lodging. At least that's what I had in my mind. Sort of like a rest spot that has been, just a compact area for your Sims to go to for when they're not in the snow anymore. Like if you're not enjoying the outdoor activities, you could come here. Oh, I'm sorry, not there. Come over here and just, chill out, enjoy some time with some family. And there is a special little activity in the back that a lot of you guys will be familiar with, but I thought this would be a perfect place for it. So anyway, let's get into it. So before we go into the interior, let me share with you, this is called Yamachan's Skating Lodge. It is a recreation center and it is a 50 by 50 lot. Now, let me tell you, when I made this back in the day, back in my building journey, this was made in 2023. Again, Growing Together had came out let me tell you how much growing together then inspired me to do so much stuff in terms of building. I was just so inspired by that. I wanted to do so many activities with families. But anyway, we got the recreation center lot type. And I was really excited about this lot type because it was multifunctional. And so I started using this as a way to make different businesses and services and public areas. So, you know how we have businesses and hobbies today and we have adventure awaits getaways? I was using recreation centers to do the same thing that those packs do. And it semi worked for what we had at the time, but you guys will see how this sort of functions because I do have Sims here, so I can go in live mode and show you a little bit as well. So anyway, if you want this lot that I'm about to showcase, it's called Yamachan Skating Lounge. It is a 50 by 50 lot. It is a recreation center lot. And you can find this on My Gallery ID. So if you don't know, here's My Gallery ID, Marsha Tac 12, and I am now an adept skilled builder. But this gallery also encases all of my builds from now and from when I started. So yeah, enjoy yourself and have yourself a little browse. So let's get into the build. Alright, so I'm going to go back into live mode. I guess I should talk about the elephant in the room. This little makeshift area over here with Yamachan just glaring at us. Let's talk about it. So this is the first part of the tour. Yamachan's little visit area. So what do I mean by visit area? So if you don't know, in Snowy Escape, there's this cool little mascot called Yamachan. And I don't even know what he is. I don't know if he's a mountain himself or if he's a little gumdrop. He just looks cute. But anyway, I thought he was a cool NPC, and I thought, well, if you're going to go visit up in the mountains, how cool would it be, you know, if you're not even, you know, native to Mount Komorebi and you come up to the mountains, you know, it should be a staple to be like, oh man, I want to go see Yamachan. And I know he walks all throughout the different neighborhoods and whatever, but I thought to myself, if you don't catch him, that would pretty much suck. But anyway, I put a statue right here so you can have a family photo. If you come with your couple Sims, they can have a photo here. And then, you know, even if you're doing a solo trip, you can have a little photo here. Now, the cool thing about this statue is that it is basically a summoner. So, as you can see, I'm in live mode. I'm with one of my Sims, Kenji Matashi, an adventurer and snowboarder. And him and his wife are here. And if I click on the statue, I have the option to take a selfie with this statue, or I can disable Yamachan visits. Now, because this says I can disable it, it means that Yamachan visits are enabled. That means that if this statue is on the lot, Yamachan will visit. Now, Yamachan is probably here right now. He was when I was last loaded onto the lot before I decided to do this build tour. But yeah, aka this basically tells your lot like, hey, Yamachan is invited. So I thought, why not welcome him in with some lanterns and make it a festivity? So basically, the decoration that you will see on the inside of this little lodging area is prepped for Yamachan Day at the lodge. So you'll see other little like fan and merch items related to Yamachan, and I thought this was a little cool setup. Alright, so there's plenty more to check out around the covered patios, but I kind of want to show you guys the inside. So let's get into it. So alright, now you have this cute little walk up, and you have signs that I found in debug that I thought were so cute, and it lets you know what's being served at the lodge today. And I guess before I show you the inside, I can, you know, give you a little peekaboo of what's on the porch. Now over here is a nice little fireplace area, which is really cool because if you're out in the mountains, it'd be nice to come here and kind of warm up, and you could sit around here with friends or family, or just have a little romantic cuddle session in front of the fireplace with your boo. And yeah, it's definitely a vibe. Over on this side, behind the little setup, is like some art. Yeah, some art supplies. Now, I know this seems random for being outdoor in the snow, and it definitely is. And I would not do this today as an adept builder as I am today, but as a lot requirement, I don't think easels are required, or are they? Let me see. I know that easels do have coding and recreation centers, because if you drop an easel on the lot, painters will come up to it. So I did like that ability, and I think I was just trying to be inclusive of that feature, since I know that's what happens. It's not a requirement, but I do know that by default they will start painting on recreation centers. Again, yeah, would not do that today. And basically you have side patios over here. I kind of went with like a little cute koi pond over here, and it's very cute. You have also these little fountain features and little lanterns on the water. So the idea of lanterns on the water was so cute to me. I saw this down in the village area and I wanted to recreate it. I definitely had to use BB Move objects in order to capture this vibe, and it turned out really well. I kind of want to go back to this. This is a really cool idea. Yeah, I want to go back to this and actually try this maybe with another public lot or estate in Mount Komorebi. Oh, the other thing is these lily pads. They're beautiful, but also, if you don't know, I think this spawns fish, like koi fish. So water objects, pond objects, I know a lot of builders probably don't talk about these a lot, but these have different effects to them. They're not just for decor. So if you put this here, I want to say fish will spawn at the bottom. This one, like, yeah, this says large lily pad is big enough for a frog to sit upon. If you were to put this here, the game doesn't outright say it, but a frog will get on top of it. Like, we have those different effects in the game. These are not very good at descriptions, but I want to say this one spawns koi fish, which I thought was very fitting. It is winter though, so I don't know if they'll survive. So I didn't really think that through when I put that there. Alright, so now that you got a little peek about the exterior, let's go into the inside. Also, as you can tell, this is a threshold, an archway. This is not even an actual door, but I think when I put this here, I kind of wanted the the vibe of like, oh, they can close. Clearly they can't close, but I thought it passed enough. And so that's what I did at the time. And if we go to the interior, you will see that, yeah, we got sort of like a party set up in the lobby of this lodge. And let's talk about what's in here. So by default, I think without the party setup, this will be a cool place to come in to eat and refill your needs, and you know, just have a little chit chat while you're indoors, and play a couple of games. That made sense to me for family bonding on an outing in the snowy escape world. And I also put a little karaoke machine because I thought, you know, this is a Japanese inspired world. Karaoke is big over in Japan. So in a lot of my builds for Mount Komorebi, I've tried to incorporate some sort of karaoke machine because I know that it's a popular pastime. So yeah, this is basically the main lobby area, and as you can see, I didn't do too much in here. I didn't overdo it. It's just enough because I know how many Sims come to a lot, and yeah, I didn't want to put like the dozens of chairs, and I knew not that many Sims were going to be here. Also, as you can see, I have a random game right here. Now this, I don't think I'd do this either because this game looks pretty random in this area, but I do like the idea of kids playing here and it being a thing. Void Critters is an activity that came in kids' room stuff, but it's big in Mount Komorebi because you have the Void Critter hunt. So that's why I wanted to include it, to kind of call back to it. And then over here, we got like a little party setup table. I like these. I think these are cool. If you don't know, there are ottomans that come with the Snowy Escape pack, and it's build by mode. And by default, you don't see this little Yamachan face. So you probably missed it if you haven't seen it before, but its default swatch just looks like this. And it's a cute little item that I probably put in a lot of kids' rooms. But yeah, it has different faces on it, and Yamachan is one of them. And being that it's Yamachan Day at the lodge, I chose the Yamachan one. And then you have these other cute little faces, and then these other ones are neutral. And I've definitely used these neutral ones for other builds as well. So very nice. Alright, so that is basically like the main area of the lodge. This area is multifunctional because we got a little bit of an odd floor plan, I could tell you that. So I put a computer here. And at the time I was thinking there has to be a computer in the rec center. It just has to be because you never know when you need to buy something, buy extra gear or prep. You just never know. So I thought like, oh, I'm gonna put a computer here so at least you have access to buy something that you need. And does it seem random? It does. I probably could have put some sort of front desk or like made a specific area for this, but I did not. But again, some of you are probably looking at this like, you know what, girl, that look kind of cool. I'll take it. So yep, like I said, feel free. Also, I put a bar here so that you could hire a bartender if you wanted to, or you could tend the bar if you want to. Still to this day, for some reason, we don't have the ability to just hire staff without having to pay for it. I really don't see the appeal of why we constantly have to pay for bars or bartenders on a community lot. Like if I'm putting this down on a community lot, I want to come here and have it function as a community lot and me not have to pay for it. But anyway, that's just how the Sims work. Behind the bar is a little kitchenette area. And yeah, it's just an all-around open kitchen. And right away, it's empty. It's empty. It's you could do group kitchen if you want to, because there's a lot of like storage space. But why did I make this sort of like so big and open and like, I don't know, I could have closed this off and made it smaller because for basic functionality, I just put a kitchenette here. For if you just wanted to have a party at the lodge, you could. Like maybe you're on this ski trip because it's somebody's birthday. Like whether it be like, you know, if Kenji here, if this was his birthday, his wife wanted to surprise him, like, oh, well then it made sense to have an area where you could group meals and then have that be a thing because it's not like there's a chef here. So yeah, that was the thinking behind it. But now, like I said, we got businesses and hobbies. We got the getaway feature that comes with Adventure Awaits. We can make this functional. And yeah, let me not pass on this room either. I know you just saw Kenji sitting in here and you're probably thinking like, why do you have a little like gym equipment in a room off to itself? Well, I'm gonna tell you why. Because like I said, I was using the rec center as a lot requirement at the time. I was using the rec center as a lot type at the time, and there are requirements. Workout equipment is required here. And so I was like, how do I put equipment into this lot and still have it function the way I want it to, without it seeming like it's random or just sparingly put on the lot. So I put it off into this room by itself, and the idea was that those of those Sims, those of you who just wanted to go up into the mountains and prep for it, maybe you just come in here to work out beforehand and to get yourselves ready for the mountain, because your fitness skill is tied to wait, is your fitness skill tied to mountain climbing? I don't think it is. I don't think it is. No. Let me correct myself. But anyway, this was the storyline that I had in mind. But yeah, pretty cool. Anyway, we got extra sides to this build. So we have a door here and a door here. So I'm going to take you down to this way. So if you go to this door, I thought to myself, well, I need this to be a family-friendly lot. How do I make this family-friendly? Well, then the kids should have their own wing of this lodge. So this is basically like a little daycare nursery area of the lodge. I just needed somewhere to be somewhere to have the little ones go, especially toddlers and infants if you're on a ski trip. Now, it doesn't make sense to take infants up to a lodge, but let's say you have an infant and you can't just leave the infant at home by themselves, like unless you're happening to have a stayover guest and they're watching the baby. Usually you have to bring your infant with you on your trip. So I thought to myself, let's make a little daycare area so you have somewhere to put your infant to sleep while you go out and enjoy the mountain festivities and all the like I said, snowboarding, sledding, skiing, all that good over here in the mountains. So yeah, that was my thinking. And also, this is not just for infants, it's for toddlers and child sims too. So while the family is here at the lodge indoors, you know, the little kids can come and enjoy some playtime as well as the toddlers. And I did put some areas for infants and toddlers to sleep. So yeah, I was just trying to be inclusive of the little ones because they often get looked out. I mean, they often get the end of the stick. So yeah, I was just looking out for them. So that was the one side. I'm going to take you over to the other side. So I'm like, well, if the toddler and infants are staying in there, we should have somewhere for the parents or older Sims to go. So here's like a bunk lodging setup. And I know I said like I didn't want this to be, you know, a rental because you're temporarily staying here. And this just made sense. So I mean, this is a Sims 4 game and your Sims can be tired. They may need a nap or you may need to rest here for like a day or something. I do know like with the rec center lot type at 10 p.m. that's it, lights off. This is no longer a community lot. Everything just closes down and all the Sims walk out the door. So if you're worried about sleeping on this lot, you can sleep here. It will be empty after 10 p.m. So yeah, that's basically an entire section of this lot. And then there's the bathrooms, of course. So I have two things over here. So okay, this is one bathroom and look how nice it is. It's how fancy, like a hotel bathroom. We made it family friendly, so we did include the little changing station here. And of course we got two stalls. So yeah, we got, I guess my guess was a handicap toilet and then a regular smegular toilet. So yep. And then on the other side we have, through this door, the locker room. Because, oh, I'm sorry, it's not even just a locker room, it's a shower. You know how like in Mount Komorebi, you go to the onsen and you have to change and, you know, rinse yourself before you do other activities. Now, I did not put a pond on this lot or any onsen, but I did want to give the vibe of you're coming in from the mountains, you have your gear on, you're probably going to be all wet and all of that. And so I put a shower here. And that makes sense for storytelling. But it also makes sense as far as the lot requirement. Again, this is a rec center lot. And a shower is a requirement. Yeah, see? Toilet and shower. So it just made sense. It made sense. So I had to put one here and figure out a way to make this work for storytelling and for believability. And that's what I chose to do. And yeah, it turned out pretty well. Also, this is a family friendly lot. I threw a tub in here. I know. You're probably thinking, that is so random. Why would you throw a tub in the rec center? Because babies. Because infants, toddlers, and I know you could wash them up in the sink, but I just thought you never know what happens. You just never know. Your Sims could go on themselves. Your Sims could just eat the wrong food and then throw up and then just be, this is just convenience. Just convenience if you just need it. But yeah, mainly I put that there for the babies, because if you need to wash the baby up, if they have an incident or a poop incident is what I'm referring to, then you could go change them. But yeah, that is both sides of the interior. Now, last but not least, I show you guys the exterior, and what I promised you from the beginning of the video, I'm going to show you this cool little area in the back. And again, this is called Yamachan Skating Lodge. So, of course, there is a skating rink. So, let me show you guys. And it's beautiful out here. So, here we are. We go out back. And, yeah. Ta-da! We have this gorgeous little setup in the back of the lodge. And its main attraction is this really huge ice skating rink. So we got ice skating as a item that came with seasons. So by default, you get two different styles of rings. So you get the rustic looking ring, and that's just somewhere where you can do roller skating. And then you have this option of having a ice skating rink. And I don't really too much see the ice skating anywhere. So I thought, how cool would it be if we just incorporated here up in the mountains where it's always snowing at? It makes sense to me that you'd be on some ice. So that's why this is here. And it's so cool to have this here. Like, I love it. So basically, yeah, this is a really cool family activity or activity for friends to come and enjoy. Oh, my sim is going through it. Just ignore him, y'all. So anyway, yeah, this is just a cool, fun activity to come out and enjoy when you're not out in the mountains. This is just another outdoor activity that makes sense for being in the snow, and it's winter time. So voila. And then of course I made this family friendly for all ages. So of course we got something else for the kids to do. This is the snow covered jungle gym, and you can play here if you are a kid. I'm just not a kid, so I'm not able to have that ability right now. But if you're wondering where the heck did I find this, it is not right. So it's not here by default in the catalog. Like, it's just a special item. As you can see, I can't duplicate it. It's a special item that was made for Snowy Escape, and I just found it in debug. So if you're wondering, what do you mean, I've never seen this before, it's the one that's part of the ice festival, or what is it called, snow festival. So yeah, if you're part of the let me ignore this. If you come up here in the mountains, there is a little snow festival that happens over here near, what is this thing called? Grandola, or look, I don't know what these are called. Sorry if I'm butchering this word, but over here is sort of like the square. And when the snow festival happens, there are a bunch of lanterns over here, things light up, there's extra statues, and one of those things is the little play equipment. And so it's a specialty item, and I thought, why not have it here and have it be snow covered? So that's what I did. And of course, I wanted an area for the little ones to be. So if you just wanted your little infant or your toddler to be out and enjoy the snow as well, they should have something to do. And so I put the little tent out here, and you know, toddlers can play in the tent. They can even take a nap out here if they wanted to. And there's even a little slide. And we also threw a little monkey bar set over here. So yeah, this is a very family friendly place and all inclusive. And I even threw an extra restroom out in the back because maybe you don't want to, you know, get too far away and go inside after you're having such a good time out in the skating rink. And because this is a family friendly lot, I threw down a toddler potty. Now, some of you guys probably won't care that the toddler potty is just out here. I don't know why I thought about this at the time, and I just threw it down in the build. But now, as the builder I am today, I would definitely have put this in an enclosed like stall all to itself. That's just the infant and toddler stall. Yeah, I don't know. I left these poor babies in the cold to just do their business. do their business. But anyway, that is the build, you guys. So yeah, I think this is pretty cool. And oh my gosh, I have other little tidbits around the lot that they're not the main attractions, but they are here. Over here I have these rockets. Why? I don't know. These have nothing to do with snow. They're just extra activities to come mess with. So if you don't know, Parenthood comes with a bunch of cool stuff. And see, look, I just wanted stuff to just I literally just wanted stuff for your family and kids to do. So as you can see, you can just interact with these. They're already done, they're already completed, and yeah, I just like them. They don't get enough love. If you're not doing a school project and you just have these cool items and they don't get used, I'm like, why not just put them here for fun? That's random. I would not do that today, but I do think I had some cool thinking at the time. It looks like somebody tried to make a snowman. That's another cool feature about being in the snow. But as you could tell, this was the area with the pond. I did have another section to the build. So let me go over here. So over here, this is sort of like a meditation court. So you have a little seat here and a little seat here. These are stools, aren't they? Yeah, okay, so stools. You have meditation stools here. And little altars. And I thought, you know, why not come here to get some peace? Sometimes people go out in the mountains and they just want to, you know, have themselves a little solo trip and just get reconnected with nature, especially if your sim loves the outdoors or is into wellness. And I thought we should have something for those type of sims to do too. And so I made this little courtyard as somewhere they can go and meditate. And I thought this paired well with the hiking ability for those that would be into that. So yeah, I thought this was pretty cool. And last but not least, this was a debug item that I saw. So I just put it out here in the front. I liked it a lot, and I put it out here, and I made like a little makeshift ice cream hut. So if you don't know, there is a stuff pack from way back in the day called Cool Kitchen, and it came with this main feature, an ice cream machine. So it's functional as long as you have it on top of a counter. It won't break because I do have it underneath a roofing, and it gives you the ability to craft ice cream. And why did I have ice cream on my mind? It's because in Mount Komorebi, you get the ability to buy these special cones, waffle cones down in the village. And I think I kind of wanted to recreate that up here without having to, you know, hire a vendor. So yeah, you get these options. But not only do you get these basic ice cream flavors, you have these extra ones, which are like, they have special effects on your Sims. So anyway, I thought it would just be fun for gameplay. I thought, why not? Why not just have this extra gameplay here? They even got Haunted Men. I don't even remember this one. Has this been updated ever since? But yeah, they got they got a lot of different ones. As you can see, the list goes on. It goes on. So yeah, just a little extra something for gameplay. And now that is everything. So, and besides the chess table, that is everything. So this is pretty cool. This is pretty cool, and this is my lot from back in the day that I used. Now, I would totally revamp this lot and make a fresh one with the same intention. There's a ton of things that I could do better, but it still works for our current gameplay. You can even take this and, like I said, use the features from businesses and hobbies, or the getaway features from the Adventure Awaits pack, and do what you want with it. But still, as it is, it still stands as a really great lot. So if you're interested, you can download this lot. It's again called Yamachan Skating Lodge. It is a 50 by 50 lot. It is a rec center lot at that. And if you're interested, you can find this on my gallery, Mars Attack 12. So there we have it, guys. Thank you for coming with me on another build tour down memory lane in my memory lane series. I had a lot of fun with this, and I can't wait to show you guys what's next in the series. So until then, bye.